Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune into all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We welcome you back once again to Noblesville High School, ready for game number 2. It's going to be the Panthers of Park Tudor and the Bears of Evansville Central in our second semifinal matchup. One team has already advanced to the earlier contest we just finished about 15 minutes ago, and Center Grove has moved on to the championship game. Our second game is brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Building better futures, one story at a time. Also by Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374. We're second to none in quality and performance. Passion to Care, beyond home care, where passion meets purpose. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. The IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. Check out IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Watch the best Division III sports on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. We had a close, very close game in our first semifinal. Game 2, the Panthers of Park Tudor, the Bears of Evansville Central. Coach, you look up and down the rosters again, just like most of these teams, a lot of very talented players we're going to see in game number 2.
Talent indeed. There are plenty of players that we could talk about. Really, for South Bend, they've got 2 huge ones on the offensive end in Lindsay Lane and Brianna Doherty. They both come in with over 90 points on the season. I can't wait to see what they're able to do tonight against the Park Tudor defense.
Yeah, you mentioned Lindsay Lane, the senior, averaging 6.19 points per game. Got to be really up there in the state rankings for sure. 76-23 on the year so far, 79 draw controls, and then Brianna Doherty's another one at 65-28. By the way, she is actually more points per game than Lane at 6.20. But they're going to have to find a way, and that comes down now to Daisy Titzer in goal. 179 shots on goal. She's given up 68, but her save percentage 62%, so she's very good in the cage.
She is the best goal percentage save-wise that we have seen yet in this tournament and headed into state. A 62% save average, that is so difficult to obtain. I am really excited to see Daisy Titzer's performance tonight in goal.
By the way, and if I'm not mistaken, the notes were sent to us when we asked for a scouting report her first year. That's not bad.
Her first year, incredible. So she's just instinct, man. She's probably super quick. I'm eager to watch her play.
Scouting report on the Bears, very athletic. Most of the players they have on the roster, they're going to play today because most of them are either soccer players or basketball players. We talked about that. The multi-sport athletes are very smart. 12 academic all-state players. They play good defense, and they play what is called a backer defense. Can you explain that to me?
I do. I love a backer defense. A backer defense is where they're going to run like a 6-man zone. They'll have one person that'll always float on the inside, that'll always go behind the ball, allowing the person in that zone to go have a high pressure onto the ball. It has some benefits where you always have that high pressure defense on the ball carrier, not allowing them to take their time. They're going to make Park Tudor move really quickly, and they've got some backup. Some of the weaker parts of this is it does open up some opportunities for feeding and open cutters in the middle. Park Tudor is going to have to take advantage of that, and it's a good thing too because they've got a really balanced offense who can do that.
And it all starts with Hadley Murphy, who is going to SMU, and she'll be in their honors program. I was in a couple of those programs too, by the way. 58 goals, 11 assists. She is now at 158 career goals. Very, very talented.
Hadley Murphy is an exceptional talent for the state of Indiana. I cannot wait to see her play too, and see what she's going to be able to do against the backer defense, which is a little bit different, and see if they're going to be able to kind of step up to the task and see those other open lanes as opposed to taking it on herself, but really helping her out too. We've got Lauren Richer, who is a great shooter. She is really fun to watch shoot. And Ellie Hunter and Izzy Wallace. So we've got lots of talent there on the offensive end for Park Tudor too.
By the way, and Jasmine Forstall will get the start in goal. Her save percentage at .474. She's given up 51 goals this year and 46 saves. But she is very talented. I know that she kind of shared time with Larman this year, but Forstall is going to get the start tonight.
Getting the start at the end is all that really matters. It means she's been playing well here at the end of the season into practices, and Coach Sherman's going to trust her in cage, and let's see what she's able to kind of accomplish today.
We saw them earlier this year, and the one thing that I really was very impressed about the Panthers was back to the speed and the quickness, because once they get in the open field, if you're not sprinting to the other end, they're going to beat you bad.
Yes, it's so true. They are a really athletic team with a lot of speed. That's why I think this matchup is going to be so great against the Bears, because the Bears have so many of those dual sport athletes. They really rely on athleticism. So I do think it is going to be a really fast-paced game as far as athleticism goes. I'm curious to see how these two teams are going to match up.
Well, last game we saw just a little bit ago, when you thought about Center Grove, they won that game earlier in the year. In fact, really dominated that contest, but it was a different story. When you get into playoff time, there is such a different feeling. I don't care what you say, but you get to this point, you're doing something right. And these two teams we're going to see right here are doing something right for sure.
Yes, both of these teams really dominate their area, especially in this 1A class. They are teams that play well during the season, but recognize that it's even more important to play late. This was the exact same matchup, actually, as last year at this same time. This Bears team always earns a spot when it comes to the state playoffs, and same thing with Park Tudor, the defending champions.
Yep, no doubt about it. 4th straight year, by the way, in the semi-state here for the Bears. And as you mentioned, the Panthers are the defending state champions. And by the way, if you talk about some dominating numbers this year, Park Tudor's shots on goal, 490. Their opponent's only 184.
Wow.
In the ground balls, 354 to 158, and in draw controls, 204 to 129. They've just simply dominated.
And they just dominated that last draw control, too. That was a very clean and pretty execution on their draw.
And, Coach, you saw right there again just how quickly they get into the offense because they want to score and score quickly.
And already a first save, too. We knew that Daisy Titzer was going to have a good day, already coming up with one there.
Titzer, by the way, a junior. We mentioned coming in a 62% save percentage as the ball comes loose. That'll be a turnover for the Bears. Now watch this transition by the Panthers.
They like to move the ball pretty quickly, but they're getting caught quick by the Bears. The Bears are very fast to drop in here and get ready to set up their defense.
There was a collision right there, but no whistle, and a low shot, and the score. That'll be Lauren Richer, her 54th of the season.
Lauren Richer has a great shot in the state here, and she's got a great little sidearm that she's on display here. She gets a little bit of that collision, manages to work her way through it, pulls those defenders back, and shoots around and down low. Really, really pretty shot.
Well, we talk about momentum, and this has been really evident. We had the Guerin game yesterday. They fell behind early. I know it was only 1-0, but then they came back and would score. The last game we saw, no lead was really safe. It's amazing just how much momentum plays a big factor in the game of girls lacrosse.
It is. Momentum is everything. It's a big piece of the strategy when it comes to calling timeouts for coaching. But momentum, anytime that one team starts to get a wave, you want to ride that wave. Yeah. And one turnover, one save, one thing can immediately switch that momentum. It can be something so small, but you want to make sure that you find it and you keep it.
Ellie Hunter there for Park Tudor.
Ellie Hunter just getting that ball directly to her teammate, Izzy Wallace. 2 times now, same exact draw plan, both effective.
And they'll play behind the cage here with a 1-0 lead in our second semifinal here from Noblesville. Want to remind all of the fans that are watching our state playoff coverage that we'll have the rest of the second semifinal in 2A tomorrow here, beginning at 6 o'clock. We ended up getting a lot of severe weather around the area last night, so we all got sent home early, and they'll complete that game again tomorrow.
You'll notice the South Bend Bears, it looks a little chaotic when you watch their defense in these kind of sets. But recognizing, too, that they've got so many girls on the inside. When you're switching off cutters like that, it automatically pulls a ton of people in. So if you're trying to drive the way that Park Tudor's tried to drive in the last few possessions, there's people in your way. Sometimes it ends up in a collision like this last one and potentially a free position shot. Maybe not. Nope, looks like a dot play instead. But no, there's going to always be a lot of people in your way in a backer defense. That's one of the favorite pieces of why teams run it.
Well, so far, just giving up the 1 goal here early as we've gotten through the first 2 minutes of play. Ball comes loose, and Park Tudor's going to keep it. We saw that Center Grove team really struggle at times in passing and amount of turnovers they had. There's a low shot once again, and guess who?
Lauren Richer.
2 in a row now.
She's a great shooter. Again, same thing. She's got a wicked sidearm. She and placing it right between, we call it the 5-hole, between the legs of the goalie, right in the middle. Puts it right in the 5-hole there, making Daisy Titzer really work for it.
I think right now Richard's thinking, okay, I'm at the 55. 3 more I catch Murphy, 4 more I pass Murphy, and I'll be the team leader in goals.
I hope not. I hope she just wants to score so they can move on.
Well, you know, us selfish players like myself, I'm thinking more of stats and everything.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. All right, this is a good choice here. You'll notice on the draw circle that there's a stack happening. There's 4 people. So let's see Ellie Hunter. Oh, Ellie Hunter is a fabulous draw taker. She recognized that there's a stack on the backside. She probably shouldn't put the ball over there and then tries to self-draw. Unfortunately, loses it to the ground ball opportunity there, but now we get to see the Bears on offense.
So the Bears, first time they've been here. See how they'll respond. An opportunity once again. Lindsay Lane wearing number 3. She'll be the key player to watch, as we mentioned a little bit ago. 76 goals and 23 assists. So she'll draw a lot of attention here from the defense, and a close-in shot. And scoring on this one, number 22, will be Avery Kelly. Number 19 now for her.
Great little shot. Avery Kelly gets a step in front of her defender here, and great little move, and now automatically, again, another move to get the defender on her back so that she's got an easy shot on top of the cage. That's a difficult save to make. I don't blame her for missing that.
Boy, that was just so close right there that somehow that Park Tudor is going to have to force him out a little bit further than a few feet away for sure.
They weren't expecting that timing of her cut. That was a great timing and easy opening there in the middle.
Lindsay Lane in the draw circle now. An opportunity once again. Let's see who's going to get on top after this one. A 2-1 lead now for Park Tudor. You cannot emphasize enough how important these draw controls can be. I think the last time we did a Park Tudor game, they were at home that night, and I think I mentioned every time I put down a mark on the draw control, it just kept getting bigger, bigger, and bigger.
Ellie Hunter is a great draw taker, and not only just for herself, but she can put the ball nearly wherever she wants it to go and rely on her teammates on the circle to go get it as well.
Lindsay Lane after the turnover there by the Panthers. So now the Bears chance to perhaps tie this up here in the opening period. Ball loose and a turnover by the Bears.
Yeah, just a little bit of a held stick or a hung stick there, and ball gets flung out. It's part of the game, is the physics of it.
Dockery unable to hold on to it, so we're in transition back the other way now for the Panthers. Richer with control. I was kind of watching the sideline there. The Evansville Central head coach Jeff Hart saying a couple of things to his defense, like get back quickly.
Yeah, it's really defending. I think he was telling his attackers there that they were staying down low on their offensive end, but the ball was still in the midfield. So as a coach in the transition, attackers get to defend the ball all the way to the far 30. So I tell my team, if you're not all the way to the far 30 as an offender, you're not doing your job. You need to defend to the restraining line. I think that's what Jeff Hart was trying to tell his attackers. He should only have to tell him that once, and I imagine they're going to listen. He's a great coach.
So here we go after the penalty against the Bears. It'll be Park Tudor on the attack once again. The dodge to the inside, and once she spun, Wallace lost possession, and it looks like it's going to go against Park Tudor, so the Bears will get it back.
First true transition here, too, for the Bears.
Well, they better be careful there. That's an errant pass that they'll keep, but that's a pretty dangerous place to lose a ball, isn't it?
You do not want to lose a ball in front of the goal.
That's like
one bad bounce, and that's a goal.
That's always like inbounding the basketball to the other team's goal. You want to get it your way. So you can see there's another turnover.
A lot of clearing trouble here so far for the Bears. Could be, game jitters coming in. It's still the first quarter. Or just got to settle into the way that they play and take a deep breath.
We didn't see that as much in our first semifinal. We saw it a lot last night. Low shot and a score.
Lauren Richer again.
Richer already the hat trick, and we're at only 6:36.
I love this too. She actually changed up her shot a little bit. The first two we saw her take that sidearm. This one, again, a right-handed shot, but she goes over top so that she misses that defender collapsing on her. Again, a low shot placement, but great release point.
I was about ready to say we really didn't see that in the first game. I thought Center Grove and South Bend St. Joseph really came out and played very well early. Didn't see those nerves.
They did. I thought both teams came and were ready to go. Their warm-ups were really effective, and I think so far Park Tudor looks really ready to go, and I think the Bears need to step it up just a little bit, get back into their groove. They've earned their spot here just as much as anybody else, so make sure that they play the way that they know how to play.
Well, again, they make that long road trip from Evansville, and, of course, you come to Indianapolis, you got to go a little bit further here to Noblesville. It's about 30 minutes from about 45 from my house, and if they came anywhere around 465, it was probably a little longer trip.
That is a long trip to get up here today. They traveled the furthest.
Yeah, they sure did.
By far.
So, again, Park Tudor, after the draw control win, an opportunity to get another one on the board.
Park Tudor now moving the ball well against this defense. Yes, there you go. They have to be able.
How about
another one for Lauren Richer.
Richer just turned and fired and scored from short range, and she has all 4 goals in this one.
Beautiful. What I was saying is against this defense, they're going to have to move the ball quickly around the outside, and then the backside cuts in. Lauren Richer clearly understood that, and she absolutely took advantage of that opening lane, and proud of her teammate. I'm not sure who got the assist on that one, but great eyes towards the middle while that pressure was coming on her to get a feed to the middle so Lauren could catch and shoot like that.
Well, now if you're the Bears, like you said a little bit ago, you got to take a deep breath at this stage and just get your composure back. It's a 3-goal deficit. We're still a long ways from being over, but we've seen games where you don't want to bury yourself early.
Right. Only halfway through the first quarter, so it's not a lot of time off, and to already be down 3 isn't a great feeling. Certainly not something that they want. But down by that much, and 4 from the same player. We got to figure something out here.
So it will be another draw control win here by the Panthers. When they get down the field so quickly, you see this right here. This is Wallace. Wallace cutting back to the inside, and a whistle. We could have a free position shot here.
Yep, we got another free position shot. It was a shooting space call. One of the risks of running this defense is when you do have those players there on the inside kind of setting up their zone and switching cutters and things like that, you do risk a lot more free positions, especially when it comes to shooting space calls.
And it will be Wallace. Opportunity to get a goal right here. Sidesteps the defender, shoots and misses a little bit wide to the left.
Nice to see somebody else take a shot on cage.
It is, yeah. Don't let Richer have all the fun here.
I know. Lauren's been having a great game.
As you see, Park Tudor will keep possession. Richer drawing a crowd again out front.
And right now, Park Tudor not getting as many looks. They're passing it and then looking to drive. That's not going to be as successful. They have to move the ball and look for the feeding opportunities.
Clock down under the 5-minute mark. Pass to the inside, shot, and a score.
I am so impressed with the placement of this shot.
Furquan gets the goal, her first.
Mary Jane Furquan here. I want you to notice the angle of the shot. She catches here. She has a small window between 2 defenders and where the goalie's given her space. She places it exactly where the net is open. What impressive placement.
By the way, it was Furquan who got the assist on the last goal by Richards.
Yeah, the previous assist. She's liking this defense, I think, and playing against it so far. You'll notice, too, on that last possession, the Park Tudor Panthers put 2 offenders on the inside. That really does break up how you're able to play against a backer zone, forcing people to cover inside cutters. Really clever strategy coming out of Coach Sherman.
So now you're down 5-1. You think from an average standpoint that 5 goals, if you play 4 quarters and give up 5 each, that's 20. That's probably too much. What are you going to have to do now if you're Evansville Central to kind of change things on defense?
Evansville's going to have to realize right now their defense only works if you put high pressure on the ball. They seem really apprehensive on making contact really far out. It's probably nerves heading into this game. They recognize Park Tudor's got great stick skills. But if this defense is going to be successful, you have to put high pressure just like that one and force them to put the ball on the ground, and then you get the opportunity to pick it up outside.
Hadley Murphy was in control there just to the left of the cage. Unfortunately, lost it. And by the way, this is, again, a team, Park Tudor doing this. Murphy has not scored yet. And the big start here by Richards so far has been the difference. Penalty was called on the Bears. The spin and losing it is Izzy Wallace, and then they score.
I believe it was Lauren Richer again.
Richards having way too much fun.
They are so excited for her.
By the Panthers, number 25, Lauren Richard.
That is already 5 in the opening period of play. By the way, she's now tied Murphy for the team lead in goals.
Impressive performance so far. That was really great. It was a funky little turnover. She wasn't expecting to get the ball right there in front of the cage and just shot, and it goes in. She takes a lot of extra reps. Watch, the ball comes out here, very quick to pick it up, see a little lane, and shoot. Really, really incredible placement.
You know, Coach, there was so much traffic in front of Daisy Titzer. I don't know how she would even seen that. There were too many bodies.
No, she was getting screened by her own players. She had no prayer of seeing that ball coming in.
Well, that might be the quickest 5 goals I have seen in a long time, as Richard has just gone off so far.
Richard, we said for those players, especially in the last game, be where your feet are and forget these other things. Richard has done just that. She is having a lot of fun out there right now. And her teammates having just as much fun for her. I love how much they're celebrating one another's successes.
You know, we talked about what I always thought was a good teammate is when you are more happy for the other person on your team than you are for yourself, and you kind of see that right now, don't you?
Yes, yes. I actually think that was the most fun switch going from playing to coaching, was you then see it less about yourself and so much more about the kids.
That's right.
And your team, the other people out there playing. It's a fun environment.
Furquan able, or I should say unable, to advance it after the penalty is called. It'll go back to the Bears as we come up on 3 minutes. So far, Park Tudor having their way on offense. Bears need something here. They haven't been on the offensive side very much.
Those attackers seem ready to go, and they want to press, and they want to do something. They want to do their part here to help out their team.
That is Skelton there for Central. In goal again, Jasmine Forrestal, a .474 save percentage, has 46 saves coming into this one here tonight. She, along with Sella Larman, have shared in goal. There's a shot and a save. Ball is rebounded, and another shot, this time the goal off the rebound and the comeback, and the goal scored by number 9, which is Dockery. And that's going to be her 66th of the season.
Great patience, too, on this shot. I like to see this out of Brianna Dockery. Comes across that little save, and then, again, those quick ground balls. Impressive little pickup there with the one hand, and then to spin around and get a quick shot off. It was we've had a few like that. The last one from Lauren Richer, and then this one now from Brianna Dockery. These heads-up offenders that are ready for those ground balls that are right there in the 8, right in front of the cage.
Boy, they needed that one.
They did. They needed that one.
By the way, this is a Bears team who got by Wrights 17-4 in the sectional. They beat Bosse only by 2-7-5, so they had a really tough one in the second round just to get here.
Bosse is an athletic team. They are very quick.
This is a Bears team that also averages 12 goals per game.
Slower start than normal for them then.
Draw control 1 here by Park Tudor. Park Tudor trying to get to that championship. They won the championship last year. The turnover. Lydia McCullough quickly back the other way here for the Bears.
Really great speed on display here.
Defense coming back quickly. That was Fisher coming back there for Park Tudor. Clock down to minute 47 now here in the opening period.
Yes, Bears offense really likes to have nice slow possessions. They like to get the ball down to X like every time, and then nice and slow, wait for those perfect opportunities. Unfortunately on that one, a turnover on the back end line.
90 seconds remaining. Panthers quickly the other way, and an errant pass got by Hadley Murphy.
I think Lindsay Lane got a nice little check on that stick for the Bears to be able to get possession of that ball, but not quite.
Two Panthers went down on one possession right there. It'll stay here with the Panthers. Getting updates on the boys' games, we'll pass those along. Carmel wins 21-8 over Center Grove, so Carmel advancing. That was interesting. Richard thought there should have been a penalty right there. She was kind of holding up her hands and unfortunately did not get the call on that one.
Right. Both teams a little bit check happy right now. Another one there for Richard. The refs are doing a good job of trying to keep this clean, but both teams swinging a bit right now.
By the way, in that Carmel win, they scored 6 goals unanswered in that fourth to get that win.
That's an exclamation point on the game.
No kidding. This clock beginning to wind down here in the opening period of play. Panthers, again, the 5 goals by Lauren Richer already ties the team lead with 58. Time is out now in the opening period of play. It is Park Tudor 6 and Evansville Central 2.
Park Tudor 6, the Central Bears 2.
Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in
need. We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
Is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we don't play. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. 6-2 after 1. Again, the big story right now is Lauren Richer with 5 goals. So now for the Bears, and they've won 7 straight. Got to find a way to slow her down. And then number 2, just get back into this. Sometimes you think, well, 4 goals isn't too much, but then if you give up another one, all of a sudden it becomes 5, and then you're starting to maybe think about it a little bit.
Right. The best, and as a coach, the best defense is a good offense. So they need to get some offensive possessions if they want to get into this game. A lot of it is starting with transitions for them. A lot, from the draw controls or from cause turnovers on the defensive end. Bears are really struggling to get the ball down the field. You can't win a game if you're playing the majority of it on defense.
Yeah, no doubt about it. By the way, getting a few shadows here as the sun continues to go down here at Noblesville. I don't know how much that plays into the effect. The lights are on. It might change a little bit once you get into the nighttime portion of it, how well you see the ball.
Yeah, I'd say right now is probably the worst, maybe a little bit before now. The shadows on the field are difficult. If a player's running down the field, looks up and sees the sun as opposed to the person they need to pass to, or if you look to receive a yellow ball while you're also looking at the sun, that can be extremely difficult. So sometimes now, once the sun goes down all the way, the lights are not a problem. These girls are used to playing under the lights.
Low shot will go wide to the right after the draw control one by the Bears, and taking that shot was Dockery, looking for a second goal.
Again, another one of those shovel shots that we're seeing. They're not great because your just accuracy on the cage isn't quite there. I see the appeal, but just with your hands.
Shot is going to be high once again to the right.
Park Tudor is making them earn the opportunities towards the cage. They are forcing some low angle shots, except this one.
And that may go in, and it will. That's going to be Lindsay Lane getting her first, her 77th of the year.
Lindsay Lane has a great catch here. You'll notice that she's starting a cut at the same time that she receives the ball, which is a difficult little catch to make. Great split move and pretty finish down on that low right spot.
Well, nice way, though, for the Bears to come back. They were down early in this one, of course, with the 5 goals by Richard, and you thought maybe this was going to get out of hand, and all of a sudden you get that one, it's back to 3.
Right. Game of runs.
It certainly is. We have seen so much of that so far in the games we have done. We had the one semifinal yesterday, and of course we'll see the next one tomorrow. And of course in our first game it was really much of the same, and no lead really was safe no matter what happened. So 11:09 remaining, and the draw control one here by the Bears, and they feel a little momentum now.
Right, sometimes all it takes, they got 2 shots off, then they got the goal. They got a draw control. Now they got another draw control.
Oh,
wow.
How about that by Dockery? She spun twice, and he really, I think, kind of shot that backhanded and got her second one of the night.
Yeah, she got a backhanded shot, this time overhand, which makes that accuracy on cage go up. So she's got a really great little spin dodge. So pretty. And again, that bottom right corner seems to be their spot that they're shooting, and it's going in every time so far when they're putting it there.
Surprised Dockery wouldn't be a little bit dizzy after spinning that many times.
I would be.
Wow. So Dockery, and all of a sudden it's down to 2 unanswered here in the second for the Bears.
That's how quick these kind of games can change. It feels like it's slipping away, and just that quickly, less than 2 minutes, a minute and 6 seconds into this game, they're back within 2.
Just crazy. So now let's see how Park Tudor will respond. They will win the draw control. That's going to be Firquan there for Park Tudor.
Great little split move there in the transition.
Good look here at Anderson, and a whistle, and you could hear the Park Tudor fans wanting a call right there, and they got it. That one's going to be knocked away, and a turnover by Park Tudor.
And here in the transition, a lot of sticks are up in the air in passing lanes. I love to see it. Hate to see 3 knockdown passes, but I love to see defensively both teams working really hard to get those sticks up and knocking passes down, making one another really work for it. And we're going to see a free position here for Ellie Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter after that takeaway at about the 40-yard line, looking to get a clean shot off, and so now she will get an opportunity right here to get one of those goals back.
That previous game we did, Troy, Ellie Hunter was a difference maker for them against Brownsburg.
The bounce and the score.
And there she is getting on the board as well.
38th of the year now for Hunter, and that puts her first one on the board here tonight.
Again, a low shot through the 5-hole.
Back
tough
to the
save.
low again, huh?
Tough save.
Must be a night for low shots.
It must be. I have a feeling I need to do another like goalie clinic.
I think you should.
With as much low shots as we've seen tonight from the previous game into this game, I need my goalies to step it up a little bit on these low saves.
What are you doing at halftime? All right.
Eating a snack.
I am here to help, okay?
We saw those Chick-fil-A bags going around.
I know.
I don't want to find those.
I mean, there was like 8 of them, and they went in the trash can. Nobody brought one up to us.
Man, that talent. They don't even feed us.
No, I'll tell you what. Last night it was pizza and nachos. Tonight, Chick-fil-A, and you and I didn't get one bite of any of that.
I got a granola bar.
More than I got. All right, here we go. Park Tudor, 7-4 lead. Shot to the inside, and the score. There's Richer again.
Have a day, kid. Holy cow.
Wow.
I am just, every time she shoots, I am so impressed with the accuracy and the speed it comes off. Even with taking that contact on the body on the follow-through, she still was able to get off a powerful shot. Hey, we got a high shot finally.
Yeah, finally. See, I'm tired of shooting it low. Boy, but you now think about that. You had the Bears get 2, and then all of a sudden, how many times we talked about that where the other team comes back and they'll get 2?
Well, and I really want you to notice, where do you think those ones came from? Quiz time. How much did you learn about lacrosse with me?
Oh, a lot.
The draw controls.
Yeah.
Draw controls.
Yeah.
The Bears won 2. They scored 2 goals off of it. Park Tudor won 2 goals. They scored 2 goals off of it.
Weird, huh?
Both teams very efficient once they're winning the draw controls. Goes to show just how important that 50-50 game is.
By the way, I do have an inside report from Park Tudor. And here's the scout. Keys to our game. What's the first one? Draw control.
Draw controls.
Yep. Attack ground balls, keep feet moving. Speed kills. I know you used that one before.
Oh, I love speed kills.
Oh, yeah.
Love speed kills.
Create tempo, come out fast and aggressive. Play to the whistle, quick restarts as shots go wide or out of bounds. That is an official scouting report from Park Tudor.
I'm sure they love that you shared that on
Yes.
now. So many of those things, and that's it. We don't have to get too caught up in this and that. So many of those things, it's the basics, right?
It is.
Move your feet. How many times have we said move your feet on this broadcast as well?
Exactly. Another free position opportunity. Ball comes out. Wallace lost it. Well, most of these skill, or I should say these scouting reports that we just read, are things you've already talked about.
Absolutely. It's basic. It really is. It's the basics. Sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate it, right? Lacrosse isn't that difficult of a sport. It seems really nuanced, and there's all these rules, but it is extremely attainable. And recognize, too, both of these teams, a lot of dual sport athletes out here, really talented in multiple sports. They don't just train for this game.
Yeah.
It's a great game. It's my favorite sport, but it's not that different and not that special, right?
Yeah. Every sport has something similar, no matter how you look at it.
Right. I can guarantee in basketball, too, you wouldn't want to stop your feet.
No, that's right. How about that high shot? That'll be Hadley Murphy. Murphy wants to get into the action. She just did. Career goal 159.
That's an impressive stat there, 159 career goals. Again, watching the footwork here. She's got a great little lateral, gets around. The awareness of Hadley to recognize that defender on her stick side was crashing really quickly. She took that big juke step out wide of her so that she could free up her stick and her body for a good shot. Really good body awareness by Hadley Murphy displayed tonight.
By the way, now you saw 2 unanswered by the Bears, now 3 unanswered on the other side by Park Tudor. So they're the defending state champions, coming back strong, and just so many weapons you mentioned in the pregame. It's hard to think that I gotta find Murphy, I gotta find Richer, I gotta find Hunter, I gotta find Wallace. Sometimes that's pretty daunting.
What I find impressive about this Park Tudor group is how balanced their offense is. They don't just have 1 or 2 people that they really rely on. Of course, in tonight's game, it looks like Lauren Richer is absolutely the one they rely on, but it could change any day. It could go to Hadley Murphy. It could go to Ellie Hunter. It could go to Izzy Wallace. It could go. They've got plenty of people who score a lot. Mary Jane Farquhar. I mean, they just have tons of players who can step up and have their day and their moment to shine. And that's really rare, I think, in a high school lacrosse team. especially a team that wants to go back-to-back.
Yeah, no kidding. After the whistle stops play, shot and the score back the other way. The Bears coming back and getting one, and that's going to be number 3, which is Lindsay Lane.
Lindsay Lane again. Get used to saying her name. She's doing a lot for this team tonight. Pretty handles here. Again, a great shot to the inside, a little bit through that contact towards the face, and she fires it down low, same spot. She likes that bottom right corner.
By the way, Lane now with 78 on this season. 2 here tonight. Dockery has 2. Kelly has a single goal.
Lane as well. A lot of assisting to, like, not today, but in her season so far. She's not just one that can get those balls in the middle and score, but she will also keep her head up and find her teammates that are going to be in that position as well.
Well, we have a high scoring affair going on now, don't we?
We really do. Yeah. Wow. We thought the last game was high scoring.
Yeah, this could be much higher. And of course, adjustments always made on the fly. And of course, when you only get 5 minutes to make adjustments at halftime. It isn't like in a lot of other sports where you sometimes get 15 minutes to make adjustments. For me, that'd have been too long. I mean, I don't have enough to say, but
right at that point, you're just eating snacks.
Yeah, let's just get something to eat, guys. But now you're thinking 5 minutes in a close affair. You better make the right decisions quickly.
It is certainly, now is the time that you want to make good decisions, and you want to make sure that their team is executing them well. And yet, here we go, another free position shot for Hadley Murphy.
Murphy now 59 goals on the year, 159 for her career.
Watch her again here, run it in. She's got a really, really speedy person standing right next to her.
Oh boy, that one went low.
It's going to be a no goal, so you're not allowed to run into the crease there. So Hadley Murphy, the last one that she was successful scoring is she recognized that the player that she was going against, Avery Kelly, is very, very fast. Avery Kelly, here she is right now with a lot of athleticism going down the sidelines. And Hadley Murphy had to recognize she was probably going to get beat to the line there, and Avery Kelly with great defensive set to make sure that her team secures an offensive possession here.
What a turnover.
That's a heartbreaker for them. They worked so hard for it.
Coach, I haven't seen speed like Avery Kelly since you played.
What, in the draw circle or in the goal circle?
That's right. Close in shot and a save.
I
Great
tell you
job.
what, I was the fastest goalie in the Big East.
Were you?
No.
We'll try to check on that, see if there's any scouting reports we can.
Don't ask my coach for my run test scores.
I'm sorry, we've blacked that out. So.
Right.
520.
It's redacted.
It's right. Yeah, nobody can see it. So now the Bears. See how they'll set it up here as they work it out top.
Prior to the last 2 possessions, we didn't have any defensive turnovers. Every time that a goal's been scored, it came off a draw.
Oh, boy.
And now a big-time goal that came off of back-to-back defensive possessions. That was great by the Bears to kind of inch their way back into this game.
Dockery just got her 3rd and did a little backhand on this. Watch it again.
She did. She switched a little bit of her hands, so she kept both hands still towards the top of the stick, but I am proud of her to see her putting that a little bit into her left hand. I imagine on the sidelines at the break that Jeff Hart told her, please stop doing that and please switch your hands to your left. So that's one of those moments where you score it, and it was the most minimal hand switch possible to appease your coach.
And it worked.
But it works. It worked. It absolutely worked.
That's when you tell the play and see what I told you. It works if you just listen to me, right?
Yes. And this is the beauty of having this broadcast. Now she can watch us back. She can see what we're seeing. It's going to make her be an even better player.
That's right. And if you, by the way, want to listen to some of the other advice I'll give you, I've got all kinds of stuff for you.
Yeah. Let me know. I got a Marian University.
That's right.
I got 4 years of advice for you.
That's right. All right. 9-6 here in the first half. Furquan ended up dropping that one. A turnover again by the Panthers.
Great check there. That was sent by Lindsay Lane. Again, she's doing a lot for her team here tonight.
Well, we got a little hurry there and almost lost the possession once again. You know, sometimes players in all sports, your limitations from a quickness standpoint. You try to play a little too fast, you end up turning it over.
Yeah, that's that cadence, right? Of the cradle and your hands and your feet have to move at the same speed in lacrosse as well as your mind. Sometimes we just go a little too quick on everything. We're going to get a card here against Lindsay Lane for a check. They're going to call it a slash. So that last one that she just had, even though it didn't make contact to anything, she came all the way through and hit it onto the ground. And that's considered dangerous in the women's game, not controlled of her stick. So you got to take a little 2-minute timeout there.
Yeah, Lane, by the way, so that'll put her down to about 2:11. So Park Tudor will be one up on this one. This could be big, too. I mean, you can do a lot of things, Coach, in 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and you get a power play. So now we get to see what Park Tudor wants to do when they have a man-up offense, and we get to see the adjustments for the Bears when it comes to having man down. They can't run their backer zone now. Let's see what they do.
Boy, they're working very quick to get in position, and a whistle will stop play. We'll have a free position opportunity once again here for Izzy Wallace.
Impressive speed Izzy Wallace had. She came down. She really earned this one, pulling her defender into shooting space.
Clock under the 3:45 mark. Wallace. Nice save. Good job by Titzer right there.
Wow.
And they got it back, and a whistle before the shot, though.
Beautiful save, and then a really heads-up a free ball by Chloe Anderson to pick that up.
So we will do it again. This time it'll be Anderson.
An interception. What a pretty interception for Anderson here.
Anderson, another save by Titzer.
Titzer's realized they've been shooting low other than that one from Lauren Richards. So she's now dropping her stick early and making saves down low.
So now the Bears back in transition the other way. Lydia McCullough, and a whistle after the turnover.
They're going to call that one through the sphere. So you can't go through the sphere for a check if she's got her stick there in a protected position as she was cradling. And now it's a self-start, so she can go whenever she wants.
By the way, still out of the lineup, Lindsay Lane for the Bears.
The Bears are still man down. They're going to have facing a lot of pressure here from Park Tudor.
Should have only another, 9 seconds, though.
Yeah, close. They only have to, and by the time they get this one set back up, they'll be even. And here she comes running in.
Yep.
The Bears are about to be even. No longer man down.
Maneuvering her way down the lane, but then losing it. Dockery tried to spin back to her right.
Yeah, unfortunately, when she did that spin move, she likes to keep it in her right hand and had to drop it down a little bit, hung that stick, and the ball just flies out.
Well, we talked about Park Tudor, how quickly they get back the other way, and there's an errant shot, but a good look once again. That looked like Hadley Murphy had a decent look, but Titzer right there to play it well, and now we've got a stoppage of play, and we may have a Park Tudor player leaving. Is that Furquan who's heading to the sidelines?
Yes, she is. Yeah, they just subbed players, so they're still even. I don't know, maybe she is bleeding or something like that she had to go off. But this really should be this should be the Bears' ball. Truthfully, this should not be Park Tudor's ball. There wasn't anybody behind the cage on that shot. So this is actually a free ball for Park Tudor, and I'm surprised by this call here.
Well, let's see if they can take advantage of it. And we got a whistle from the outside official.
We have another 3 seconds call. He said we don't see that often. So an unmarked defender can't be in that 8-meter arc for 3 seconds, or for longer than 3 seconds. And now the ball's going to get down, restart at the dot play, and that defender has to go back down behind them.
And it's a lot of times for us, it's kind of hard to see that 8-meter and the 12-meter lines. They've kind of been washed out a little bit. We'd love to see a little bit darker, wouldn't we?
Yeah, probably from the rain, the storms last night that came through, and then all these young women running all over them.
Hey, I look at it this way. I got a free car wash on my way home last night.
That's true, so. Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Park Tudor with a minute to go.
Park Tudor really being patient on this possession. You can tell that they're trying to waste a little bit of time on this clock. That means they feel comfortable with their 3-goal lead, and they're going to want to get the last shot off of this quarter.
Well, they might as well find Richer and let her do it.
It's a little bit of a check to the head there. I'm surprised that wasn't a call. I know it was behind the goal and it wasn't particularly dangerous, but anytime that there's a stick called right to the head, that's typically a call.
Guess
wow.
who?
Wow.
I could almost be a head coach right here. I said go to Richer.
Give her the ball.
Again. Yeah.
Give her the ball. Oh, my gosh.
7 in the first half by Richer.
But just recognize Richer's so sneaky as an attacker. Yeah. She stands there, she gets the pass off, she'll creep a little bit into the 8, and then she'll really make her move to get open. And her teammates now, they see she's having a great day. They're looking for her, and they're feeding her.
Well, you've been around sports all your life. You feed the player that's really hot, right?
Yes.
Why go away from it?
Right. Don't go away from it. Go ahead. Have a day.
Don't be a stupid coach like me and say, let's all share into this.
Let's spread the wealth. Not in a playoff game.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, regular season, sure.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I like to help everybody out, but if she can save my job, I'm going to give it to her. 4-goal lead now with 34 seconds remaining.
I do want to point out, too, Richer's only a sophomore.
Oh, my.
We get 2 more years of watching this girl play.
I don't know how many career goals she has already, but she probably will end up with a couple of hundred.
Very exciting for her.
So the Bears not able to pick up the control on this one. Izzy Wallace, 24 seconds.
Izzy Wallace has really stepped up on the draw circle today. That last game that we did, Ellie Hunter was the big draw. She took it and also got the majority of them. But today, Izzy Wallace has been doing a great job.
Panthers trying to get one more before the end of the first half. Nice pass to the inside and the save, but we may have a free position shot right here. Guess who was in position again? Richer right in front of the cage. It will not, though, be a free position shot. Or is it? Yeah, very well may be, Coach. Looks like they're setting up for that.
I believe it's supposed to be a free position. However, we were down to just a few seconds left on the clock. Oh.
So Richer is going to take it. They have 7.4, so they reset the clock to 7.4. Plenty of time here for Richer to get another one. We'll look at her wind up and fire low and score again, but we have a flag out. They're going to make her do it again, aren't they?
They are.
Riches, that's okay. I warmed up on that one.
I'm not sure why. I believe it was another foul on the same player serving behind Lauren Richer.
See if Richer will do the same thing, and she went high this time.
Smart girl.
Wow.
Smart girl.
What a first half.
I am so thoroughly impressed. You can tell that is a skill that she practices every day.
8 goals. This is the one that didn't count.
Down low. Such a pretty rip down low. And then the one that did count.
Yeah, we're going to do a little high shelf on this one.
Here's the one that did count. See the second angle. She's a smart girl. Goes somewhere else.
Wow.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's some top cheddar right there. Do you know what top cheddar is?
No.
All right, welcome. You got another one here.
Tap chatter?
Top cheddar.
Top
yeah.
chatter?
Yeah, but you got to say it with an accent. Top cheddar.
Top chatter?
Top cheddar. Yep, that's it. You paint those corners. You get it real nice and high up there. Ooh, pretty goals. You call it a top cheddar.
Top chatter. Let me write that down. Top chatter.
We got the deputy. We got top chatter. What other?
In the hidden ball trick?
The hidden ball trick.
Well, when Keith comes in on, tomorrow, I think, I'm going to bring all these out. Hey, Coach, what about the top chatter? Top chatter.
I'm going to make a Laxboro out of you.
That's right. No doubt about it. Well, how about that first half? Lauren Richer, 8 goals in the first half, 8 of the 11. And I'll tell you what, you just ride that pony as long as it goes, right?
Absolutely. She is having a phenomenal game. I can't wait to see her second half.
All right, we'll take a timeout. By the way, the game note says Lauren Richer loves lacrosse. Now I know why.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can tell she practices a lot.
Halftime, 11-6 your score. Park Tudor with a 5-goal lead.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Hey, just a reminder, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association is strictly prohibited. And want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time as they acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. If you'd like more information, call 317-472-7600. All right, 11-6. We saw toward the end of that first half that we knew that Evansville Central was going to have to get some points on the board, and they did. They scored 2 in a row. All of a sudden, it's a completely different game. But then here come the defending state champions. They come back as well. I always give you that scenario. Let's talk about Evansville Central. What are they going to have to do, first off, to get back into this down by 5?
Evansville Central has to realize that this game is not out of reach. 5 goals in lacrosse is nothing. They have to really, really believe it and come out and work hard and clean up some of the little mistakes here or there. You know, a little bit ticky-tacky, like a little bit more physical than they need to be on some checks and on some physical play that the calls haven't gone their way, and then really cleaning up their stick skills. Lean on their athleticism. They're a very fast team. Let's see them showcase that.
Okay, on the other side, if you're Park Tudor, I guess you just say, hey, Lauren, are you busy in the second half? Because if you are, don't be, because we want some more goals.
Right, yeah, Park Tudor, just lean on Lauren.
If you just joined us, Lauren Richer, 8 goals in the first half, and she may not be done yet. She now has 61 goals on the season.
She had a great first half, but unsung hero of this so far has actually been Ellie Hunter, too, on the draw controls for Park Tudor. That she has just been really, really dominating. Park Tudor has done a great job on the draw. The Bears have given them a little contention here or there just based on their speed, but overall their stick skills have shined on the circle.
By the way, the sun now almost completely down, so we're under the lights here in the second half, and a low shot and a score. This time it'll be Hunter.
Ellie Hunter here, a little bit too. I've seen a lot of shovel kind of shooting today. Hers comes off and she's really successful with it. It's a great choice. She comes across, recognizes this. Maybe a little bit of Twizzler action. I'm all right with the Twizzler because it gives you a little more control there. So Ellie Hunter, that was a powerful one that came off. Impressive.
By the way, it's number 2 now for Hunter. She has 39 on the season. Those numbers are starting to sound a little funny when you think about Murphy now has 59, Richer has 61, and now Hunter has 38. When is Wallace going to get into the action here? Huh?
I know, Izzy Wallace. She has been on the action on the draw circle. She has been working hard there.
By the way, 38 ground ball draws this season by Wallace, but she has really done well tonight, and all of a sudden now a 6-goal deficit for the Bears here in the third. And by the way, even in the semifinals, you're still in danger. If you fall down by 10, you have that running clock then to deal with, and that certainly puts you even bigger behind the 8 ball.
I like to see a little bit of this tempo change here that the Bears are having. They really favored in the first half a slow offensive approach. You can see they have a lot more urgency right now when it comes to this. And a goal, they're going to call that one,
Yeah, that's Lane with her 3rd goal, the hat trick now by Lindsay Lane. That's now 79 on the season for Lane.
But they're really pushing the tempo here. I wasn't sure if she got there into the crease or not. Looks like she skirted around it. So a really nice goal there. And again, their tempo, picking it up. They recognize that they're going to have to score, and they're going to have to score quickly.
So now a 5-goal deficit with 11:01 here in the third. Winner of this again will move on to the championship, where Garin Catholic, who last night, by the way, advanced. So we've got 1 in. And then earlier today, we got our 2nd team in. Of course, we're talking about 2A, 1A. But we had Center Grove advance. So there's number 2. We'll continue tomorrow night. After this one, we'll finally get to number 4. I went a long way around this.
3-day stretch to get 4 teams into the States.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we were talking during the break that you're going to now play on a Thursday night in that other semifinal game, and then you're going to have to turn around and play on Saturday. So, and I know that you were talking about it being a short turnaround before when they used to form these tournaments, but that's changed now.
It is the quick turnaround for these teams. These athletes, the 12 that start and play the majority of the game, it's a really physical game. It's really taxing on them. So to be the team, either Zionsville or Carmel, that comes out victorious tomorrow is only going to have 1 day to prepare for their next game and rest their bodies at the same time. So whatever recovery they need to do, whatever planning they need to do, film, everything is only going to happen for them in 24 hours. Meanwhile, Guerin Catholic, that punched their ticket yesterday, they're going to have 3 days.
Yeah.
So that difference, that's going to be huge. And I hope that it doesn't have an impact on the game. And I hope that whichever team comes out victorious tomorrow can ride the more recent momentum then. But yeah, unfortunate when we have to do this around the weather here.
Let me ask you that, and it's just a scenario that might have happened. Let's say if last night it was the 1A games, as you see the Bears now in transition back the other way, trying to get themselves in scoring position here in the third. But what if it were Evansville Central, who ended up having the game rained out last night?
Right.
And do they stay? Do they go home? Do they come back? I mean, that would have been a terrible scenario for them.
Right. Yeah, I was a little bit lucky that the teams that traveled much further were able to get their games in, and then it was 2 more local teams that have to replay. But I mean, yeah, those travel plans and the different scenarios here, I do not envy those at IGLA who are planning all of this.
Yeah, I would imagine that from a budgeting standpoint, you don't have a whole lot of money to take your girls and get them housed up at the Marriott over there, do you?
Right. No, I don't think so, unfortunately. But we are going to have a card that just came through against the Bears for a slash, I think, or through the body potentially. No, slashing call. And so now we're going to see Park Tudor go man up again and try and play against this Bears defense that's going to be man down. Before, they tried to push the tempo and try to get a quick goal off a transition. Let's see if they do it again.
By the way, that looked like Brooklyn Quick, who is the player who is in the penalty box per se. So they will be 1 down here in the third, down by 5. And that'll go against the Bears as well. By the way, there are a few fans here from Evansville who've made the trip. I'm assuming those are the ones in the gold and the black down there. So.
I would venture to guess those are the ones in the gold and the black.
I'm not a smart man, but I know at least the teams and they were not happy with that last call either. So,
if I know lacrosse parents, they will travel to see their kids play.
So now.
Great ball movement and discipline so far by Park Tudor having this man-up possession. They're being very disciplined on how quickly they're moving the ball.
And the power play opportunity right here. Get one and make it a 13-7 lead. Pass to the inside, the shot, and the score.
Guess who?
I'm not even going to say it. Sounding like a broken record now. Richer has number 9.
You don't often get to see a career game, but I'm really thrilled we got to broadcast this one.
Boy, no kidding.
The quick release, she caught that so quickly and shot great placement so quickly as well. Now she's just showing off.
Oh, I know.
She's showing us how much, I know how hard she works. I know how many individuals this girl does and all of it. You can see it shine. So those of you out there who don't want to pick up your stick or you're a little bored one day, if you want to have a Lauren Richer game, go practice.
Boy, no kidding. I tell you what, and again, the notes that when we were graciously given the notes by the coaches, because again, they know them better than anybody.
Of course.
But the first thing I saw when I saw she loves lacrosse. I mean, when you enjoy what you're doing, it's not work.
Exactly.
Plus, by the way, they were soccer champions as well, so she knows how to win championships.
Gosh, so 2 championships already in her career?
Most of us don't get any, do we?
Wow.
Still,
wow.
I think she should share with us. My ring size is a 9, okay? Well, what did you do? I sat up here. So.
I broadcasted your career game.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah. Coming up on the 8-minute mark.
It's so great to see somebody who loves the sport as much have so much success and see their hard work pay off. It really is such a joy.
Well, I would say, and you've heard that term, in the zone, she's in the zone.
She is in the zone.
And by the way, she may not be done yet.
No, and another choice, too, here, again, by Coach Sherman. Oh, Ellie Hunter with some fancy footwork there.
Yeah.
Pulling a shooting space call.
So we will have a free position opportunity here for Hunter. Hunter only has 2 goals, by the way. She's really slacking off.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
And every single draw that she's taken.
Well, we're our standards now set by Richard.
Yeah,
so
right.
Got to start picking it up a little bit. Straight away, and a nice save by Titzer.
A flag there at the end of the before the shot was taken for the push in the back, and since Ellie Hunter took the shot anyway, that's why we didn't see her get set up again for a free position, since it was only a flag call.
I'm not sure how in the world that Lydia McCullough got through 4 jerseys right there that weren't her color, but somehow she did. And now the Bears need to get the offense going again as a whistle stops play.
I think a little bit of dangerous contact there. But now given the South Bend Bears, or I keep saying South Bend Bears, the Central, gosh, so many Bear mascots.
I'll call them Chicago.
Yeah, the Bears.
We've got a hold here, I do believe, and another whistle stops play at 6:20 and counting here in the third.
We're going to get a free position shot here.
The Bears down by 6 could really use one right here. Not a great angle. They'll pass over the top, and then the shot and the goal.
What a fabulous choice to make. She recognizes she's on that first hash, the first inside hash. It's a really low angle shot, and decides that, you know what, I don't think this is my shot to take. Instead, I'm going to give it to my teammate, who, by the way, has over 90 points on the season, and she can score it for me. What an amazing choice to hand that on over to Brianna Dockery.
By the way, her 4th goal of the night.
Oh.
She decided she wanted to get past Lindsay Lane, who only had 3, so it's back to 5.
Not surprised to see Lindsay Lane and Brianna Dockery really, really pulling this team together. They've been doing that all season. They're a great dynamic duo, and they've treated this team very well over the last 4 years.
You know, one other thing, and I've got to mention this, Coach, is neither team has a whole lot of depth. You're going to play a lot of minutes when you're with these two teams.
Right, and that's typically the case with a lot of these 1A schools, and why that, sometimes that rest period can be so important.
I'm not going to say it again.
Another.
That was a answered call about as quick as you're going to get, and there's another one there by Richard.
She is just being so sneaky, and their game plan against this zone is to plant somebody there on the inside. She knew she's allowed to cut to the inside, and also just to have the stick skill ability to catch and shoot like that. She's a gift.
Well, I've never seen 10.
She needs to send this to a highlight reel. Wherever she wants to go to college, send this game.
Wow, Lauren Richard came in with 53. She has 63. She might get 20 by the end of the night. Who knows? Wow.
She's got plenty of time still.
Yes.
I'm shocked.
She has almost 18 minutes left. Of course, that depends on. Yeah, well, and of course now that depends again. If the Bears, again, if they fall down by 10, that's going to be a big key, and then they'll have to battle against the clock. But they seem to keep coming back.
They do fight their way back. And there's Ellie Hunter again, coming through a big group of people with a ground ball, as she does.
And Hunter trying to maneuver her way in a low shot and a score.
So pretty. I love this. The double dodge. Right-handed, she pulls both times around her defender. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and under. There we go. Pretty. Mastery stick skill there. To be able to maintain possession of the ball through all of those dodges, and then also to change her levels that way and get off a powerful shot, that's impressive.
We're seeing a lot of firsts in a lot of ways, aren't we? I mean, all these shots that are low like that, and just amazing.
I'm most impressed with the Park Tudor stick skills. You can tell Coach Sherman, she loves stick skills, and she loves this game of lacrosse. She grew up playing her entire life and really, really does value the stick so much. In fact, we found out today that they have that stick on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Her father's stick, who shout out is watching the game, Mr. Darris, his 1955 long pole stick, that's a wooden lacrosse stick sitting on the sidelines, that the Park Tudor girls, they like to respect the origins of the game, and clearly it's paid off with these stick skills tonight.
Yeah, that was fun to see that, wasn't it?
Very fun.
And you look at it and you're going, wood?
A wooden long pole. Those
Yeah.
are so hard to find. I mean, I love a classic wooden stick, but a good wooden long pole?
Yeah,
Man.
no kidding. From 1955.
1955.
So now the Bears down 15-8 here in the third. Ball's going to be knocked away. Check right at the last moment. Dockery was looking for number 5.
Dockery really uses her speed well. She's able to pull so many defenders when she's driving to her right side, using that stick protection, and then quickly seal them off to get these inside rolls. I've been impressed with her speed and her use of, her change of direction all night tonight. Looks like she's going to rip this one. Oh, nope, she ran in.
Well, she changed her mind and will score.
I really I like that. When it looks like you're going to rip it, but then instead you've got the athletic stance enough that you can then take off and you can still go and use your speed and showcase your speed. You've got two options, rip it or showcase your speed. Figure out which one's going to work better for you in that choice. She made a good decision because it ended in a goal.
Dockery now with 70 on the year. She has 5 tonight. By the way, I've got to mention one other thing about Coach Sherman, who came up yesterday. Am I correct about that?
Yes, yeah.
And was talking about the Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
And I just had to tell her that I'm a stockholder in the Celtics. Yeah, I had to bring it up again, and I had to show her, And I brought it up again tonight when she came up.
I know.
It's kind of a sore spot for her, isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately. I've got it is. The Pacers have always been near and dear to her heart and to her late husband's. And her sons.
I will try not to bring it up again. That I'm a Boston Celtics owner. So,
well, it's all right now, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah.
Everybody's a little bit hurt about it.
Ball is going to be knocked away, and this is up for grabs. And a close-in shot off the rebound, and another goal. 2 quick ones in a row. This will be Maya Skelton.
2 rebound goals so far in this game here for the Bears. They've done it. They've done a great job of taking advantage of these opportunities when they have it.
Boy, Skelton, a midi that has good quickness, plays good defense as well, but in the right place at the right time.
Right, and just when you think Park Tudor is really pulling away and they're going to close this game out, here come the Bears every time. And again, we're back to 5. 5 isn't anything in this game.
Yeah, we've seen that way too much. Wait a minute. What do you mean that they're shutting down the concession stand at the end of the third and we haven't eaten yet? And the other thing about it, not one person has offered to go get us anything. Not one person.
Yeah, he's that's true. He has done
but
that.
But he was only talking about drinks. Where is he now?
Oh my gosh!
He's got to hurry before they close down the concession.
They have been serving up.
Yes.
They've been trying. We're just giving them a hard time.
Well, I might have to go to a bread line tomorrow because I haven't eaten in a while.
Oh my goodness!
Bears on the attack once again, and they're coming right back to the middle.
Another good look to the inside there. Good on Lindsay Lane too to maintain possession of that ball. She now has a flag, so you pull it back out. And now she gets set up for a free possession shot.
There you go. Boy, if Brooklyn Quick, who was set up right in front of the cage, if she gets that pass, she would have had a pretty good opportunity to perhaps score. Boy, you get one here, it's down to 4.
This is who you want at the line here. Lindsay Lane is a great shooter, and there she shows it off.
Wow. That's number 4 now for Lindsay Lane. She has now hit 80 on the season.
She gets a little power shot here with her jumper. That was fun to see. She's a great shooter, though. Watch her come off this lane nice and quick, sees her opportunity, takes it. And then manages the nice little tiptoe not to step in the crease.
I'm afraid I'd be one of those players. I would jump up in the air and do something like that. So, all right, 3:01 to go in the third. It's down to 4.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Back here once again at Noblesville. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. Their warehouse is a group of logistics professionals dedicated in working together with their clients for a complete logistics package. They have offices in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. If you'd like more information on Piper Logistics, give them a call, 317-396-1023. Certainly want to thank Brian Peters and the entire staff here at Noblesville for being so kind to us here this evening. I didn't know he was really offering us food.
I think he might have. Your back was always turned.
Oh, yeah, because I was so focused.
Brian was great. Yeah, he's the president here, and he every time he gives me the thumbs up, and I give it back to him. And sorry, I think we missed out on the concession.
Okay.
Everybody on the broadcast is gonna be like, all these two talk about is food. Aspen Creek Grill and concession stand.
Well, eventually you get hungry when you hear about all that. What was really the biggest insult, and then I'll get off the food thing, was last night when you had our people over here eating nachos, and on that side, Chuck, our producer's eating pizza.
I know.
And not one time did they say, "Want some?"
I know.
Okay, so enough about food.
Just like, can you imagine us on the live mic just crunch, crunch?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've heard it before.
Eating
So.
nachos.
All right, 15-11, 3:01 remaining.
We have a game. We have a game. Right when you thought Park Tudor was going to pull it away with Lauren Richer going off the way she is. Evansville Central.
Imagine if she didn't have that kind of day.
Right. Evansville Central, another draw control here.
And all of a sudden they're putting the pressure on again. The lead pass goes awry, and that will be Sophie Furness, who was unable to get that pass, and so it'll go back over now to Park Tudor. So now in transition after the turnover. Hey, nice pick up there by Wallace. One thing you see Park Tudor do really well, and you talked about that already, their footwork is so good, and they can change directions so quickly.
Right. It's the lateral speed. Sometimes we think about speed and just, straight line running, and that's important. But really, in the women's lacrosse game, the side-to-side quickness is more impactful, especially on the offensive end and the defensive end when they're in good position. And another trading off turnovers here down on the end line, going back to the Bears.
Well, we go back to the last game where Center Grove won their semifinal matchup. It wasn't a really pretty game at times for them. They managed to get the win, but they had one of those days where there were just a lot of very unusual turnovers for them.
Right. And now both of these teams coming after these timeouts. I know neither coach in their timeout huddle said, you know what we should do on our first possession with the ball?
Turn it over. Let's be giving tonight.
We should give each other opportunity more. Park Tudor loves a swarm. It's right now 4-1. Ball's on the ground. Now they're going back again. Now it's 3-1.
Wow.
A loose ball, yep, and it's going Park Tudor's way. That ride really pays off. When you can get your athletes to buy into a really physical ride, you can get some great turnovers like that and then capitalize on it. Cross the body call in another free position.
And that clock is becoming a factor here in the third now. Still a 4-goal lead. I just wanted to say Hannah Wansiebler because she was one player down on the sideline there. So I wanted to get Hannah's name in there. There's a low shot, and it's going to be a save.
Great low save.
But somehow they get it back, and attempting the low shot there was Sturm, and she went low as well.
A lot of shoveling. I think I'm going to do a goalie clinic, and I'm going to do a stop shovel shooting clinic as well. Oh, it looks like we've got an injury.
Yeah, and it may be an ankle, so we've got a timeout on this one. 20.4 remaining, 15-11, Park Tudor.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
There is an injury down for Park Tudor. We do believe it is Lauren Richer, which would be really bad news because she has really been the catalyst here tonight with 10 of the 15 goals. And when you're playing on turf, that is something also that is a factor, and they generally all play on turf now. Sometimes you get a turf that doesn't give very well, and sometimes it does. But when you see, we talked about their lateral movement, you're going to end up with some ankles turned.
Right. There's definitely, the turf and then the cleats that you wear on top of turf. I think it's really fortunate. This is our first injury that, we've seen yet after 3 games of lacrosse, which is very much a blessing, but hoping that Lauren is okay. That lateral movement is something that there's so much congestion there, and people are lots of feet flying, and you could take a step on somebody's foot and roll an ankle, or you could, there's a lot of possibilities that could happen here in women's lacrosse. So,
well, they're going to help her off, as you may see right here. Yep, there she goes.
Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, absolutely hate to see that after the game that she has had. What an unfortunate, hopefully not end for her, in this game, but. Does not look promising.
If you've ever had an ankle that has been badly sprained, they say sometimes, and again, I don't know anything about it, but they say sometimes from that standpoint it's better to break it than to sprain it, because you keep spraining it over and over again. And if you heavily tape it, then that hurts your movement.
Right. Yeah, sprained ankles. Oh, the sprained ankle science, that's tough. We'll get our PT back out here, my husband.
Please. Well, I'll tell you one thing. My chiropractor told me one time, you're using your body too much. I said, what does that mean? I think maybe she said abusing it.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah, that's a big difference between using and abusing.
Yeah, using and abusing.
All right, so after the injury, Park Tudor.
Really difficult as teammates, too, for Park Tudor now. You see a teammate and a friend get hurt, and your mind is on them and hoping that they're okay, and then she's off the field, blow the whistle, go play again. It is that's a hard thing to be able to do. So I give these girls a lot of credit right now.
Especially for the night that she has had to this point. That's going to go against Park Tudor, I do believe. Oh, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we head to the fourth, 12 minutes remaining, 15-11, Panthers.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline. It's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care, where they're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one. Through Indiana State programs, they provide financial compensation. For more information, give them a call at 833-420-6640. Now, Richards out. It appears she won't be back. You have a 4-goal lead. You have the other players, and we talked about their numbers coming in, so now they're going to have to step up. And if you're thinking, okay, what about coming back on Saturday? Will Richard be ready? And that's going to be a question mark for the next couple of days.
Right, and that's certainly something the coaching staff that, I'm sure the girls, that's crossed everybody's mind. But as a coaching staff, you have to be able to immediately squash that and say, we are only up by 4 goals right now. You have to win first. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. So in the meantime, we have a well-balanced offense. Even though Lauren had a really great game today, we still have had a very well-balanced offense that we're going to have to lean on. And a great defense, very sound, great at making contact, great goalieing. We just have to make sure that we use all pieces of our game moving forward so that they can secure this win.
So it'll be Park Tudor after the win at the circle, and the shot and the goal. Just like that, coming back very quickly is Hadley Murphy.
Hadley Murphy, who most of the time we were talking about her and is just having a great game, showcasing her speed here. Splits 2, 4, everybody. And
6.
Then shooting between them, great accuracy, great power. Hadley Murphy, yeah, she wants one. She wants a state championship again.
On the other side of that, watching the Bears defensively, we talked about this before. In any sport, you want to stop that person as quickly as you can, and yet she was able to get through 4, then to 6. Somebody's got to make a stop quicker than that.
Right. Yeah, the slide has to come a lot sooner. And you notice they slid to the side of her. That still allowed her that center lane. So instead, you need to get in front of the body, and you have to make contact, break down those feet. Got to make contact on her. Don't let her just cruise straight down and be able to score that way.
From the time they won the control, it took them 15 seconds to get down there, 50 yards, and score.
Right. They knew. I can guarantee the Park Tudor coaching staff had told them, you are only up by 4 and you need to secure this game, and you got to do it right now as a team.
Well, after the turnover, here come the Bears quickly back the other way, knowing they've got to get in position as quick as they can.
I said it earlier in this game, but both teams have been really impressive about having their sticks up and getting knockdowns in passing lanes. It has been all day long, so a credit to these coaches for telling them to always have their sticks up in those lanes.
We have a whistle right here. It looks like we may have a free position opportunity once again now for the Bears, and if I'm not mistaken, that is Lindsay Lane.
She is just the person that you want on this hash right now.
4 goals tonight for Lane. Dockery has 5. We'll reposition one of the Park Tudor players there on the left, and a nice save. By the way, looked like Forrestal is not in the lineup now. They have a number 55 listed. So I'm not sure if that is Larman, who's listed on our program at 49.
Vivian John is in goal now for Park Tudor.
Okay, they have her listed at 37, but you say it's now number 55.
I have her listed twice for 2 numbers.
Well, they gave us the official roster, so there is a change. Are you surprised that Forrestal's not back in?
I am a little bit surprised, but sometimes there's just goalies also know that it is a highly mental game, and if you're a little bit off or you're really just not quite feeling it, sometimes you have to take a step down so that somebody else might have an opportunity to perform well. And it could just be, feeling a little bit of that pressure and needing some help. And what a great goal. Really, really pretty.
Lindsay Lane gets number 5, and she really didn't have a great angle from that left side, and you'll see it again right here. But with Vivian John, just a freshman in goal.
Good, just powerful shot. Lindsay Lane has such a great downward trajectory when she goes. She goes right over top. It's almost like a big catapult, and really just sends that ball strong to that low corner. Good shot selection.
By the way, Lane with 5, Dockery with 5. They have 10 of the 12, with Skelton and Kelly getting the other 2 goals, and back to a 4-goal lead, 9:39 remaining. Bears have so far refused to go away. Every time that you think maybe Park Tudor is going to extend that lead even further, they come right back and keep it interesting.
Right. It's been 2 really great games that we've seen tonight. And both teams, these teams keep going, inching back in.
The other thing about it, Coach, is when you look at the numbers on the season, especially on defense, as Park Tudor wins the draw control, the defenses have been just as good as the offensive side, and there's a shot and a save.
Beautiful save. What an incredible, that is a clutch save to be made right there by Daisy Titzer.
But my point is that we're seeing a lot of goals scored here at 16-12 against defenses and goalkeepers that have been really good all year.
Right. It's a high-scoring game, and truthfully, yeah, both defenses have had some shining moments. However, there's been some crucial mistakes, a lot of free position shots. There's been a lot of stick swinging on both sides that has created the opportunity for a lot of free position shots in this game. And when that happens, that's when the score starts to get run up.
Here as Skelton loses it. See if she'll be able to scoop and continue on the attack. And boy, there are 3 white jerseys all over her at the sideline.
Park Tudor really swarmed on that side, but now it leaves them open on the opposite, and see if they take advantage.
And
they do.
Yep, they sure did, Coach. They end up getting Avery Kelly in there for a second, and all of a sudden now it's down to 3.
Right, that's when the ball's below the restraining line there, having the swarming on defense and for that loose ball can get risky because it really leaves the opposite side open. And somebody like Avery Kelly, who is that fast, she's going to capitalize.
Well, so far with the change with Vivian John, just a freshman, in for Jasmine Forstall, it has not paid dividends yet for Park Tudor. And we have seen now Central score very quickly, and we're down to 3. We're going to get interesting in the last 8:35.
It is going to be fun. That goalie play and goalie selection, who's in when, that's one of the most difficult choices for coaches and for goalies to make. And it's always a risk.
Yeah.
Keeping them in or making them switch, you never know.
Well, and again, they know their personnel better than anybody.
Of course.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm putting a freshman in a situation with a very good Bear team.
Yeah, it's a risk. That is for sure a risk.
Still way too much time if you're a Park Tudor fan to think about this one from a standpoint. You lose Richer with 10 goals tonight, which, again, I've never seen that before, and she goes down with an ankle injury.
Yeah, I think I've seen 10 points in a game, but I have not seen 10 goals in a game.
So now Park Tudor back on offense, could use a goal right here, giving themselves a little bit of breathing room here in the 4th. I was trying to check the sideline, and Richard, they are checking that right ankle. So that was the ankle that got hurt.
I'm happy to hear it's not a knee. Ankle's still pretty bad, but you always get fear of big trip there. Headed to another free position. Again, it's been a game of free positions. Truly, both defensives have typically been really strong and sound, but a lot of fouls.
Izzy Wallace will get the free position opportunity right here.
You can see Ellie Hunter talking to her teammate there, too. I wish I knew what she said. Maybe telling her where to shoot, or maybe telling her to just go for it.
So a good jump, and they bounce, and it went high and over the outstretched arms of Titzer and the goal.
That was such a great bounce, and I want to point out this bouncer. She shot it down to the ground, which forces Titzer to drop, but then the ball itself bounces so forcefully up high in the top corner, it's too late for Titzer to be able to recover to get it back up high. That's a textbook bouncer.
By the way, you were talking about a keeper that had a 62% save percentage coming in, and she's given up 17 tonight.
Right. That's a new experience here for Daisy Titzer, and definitely something that's a very hard game to swallow, a hard pill to swallow, and it's not your day.
Well, as we know in sports, sometimes it can be pretty humbling, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's why we keep playing.
Yeah, so I can come back and do it again next time and maybe change my fortunes. So Izzy Wallace, by the way, getting her first of the night. She has 37 on the season. Two players now with 60 on the year for Park Tudor, that being Murphy and Richer, of course, with their big night.
See, that big swing there. Park Tudor really needs to be much more disciplined when it comes to the checking. They have to relax and play, trust their feet, play with your body. You don't need to swing your stick and try and get dislodged that ball.
Brooklyn Quick working to the right of the cage, and that ball's going to be kicked out of bounds.
That's a heartbreaker. I think she was trying to kick it far enough in front of her she could get it away from the Bears, but kicked it just a little too far. That's a tough pill to swallow, too.
By the way, that being Lily Harris, a midi attack defender as well, plays all three positions, and we may have a timeout here. I believe we do.
Yep.
7:11 to go here in the fourth. 17-13 Panthers.
To the game, we've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back here in Noblesville, winner this one moves on to the championship game. The other team is Center Grove. They advanced with a win earlier tonight over St. Joseph, and so now they wait. This game, by the way, got started at 8:05. I think that's when it was. So kind of a long contest. We've had a lot of scoring. We've had a lot of stoppages as well. Had a little longer halftime than we normally do. And then, of course, the injury to Richer kind of slowed things down as well. So everybody's going to be up kind of late tonight.
It's going to be a late night. Yeah.
You're not yawning, are you?
No, just a little bit.
We'd already mentioned we'll be talking to our agents at some point. Keith will get the memo that anything past 9:30 is past our bedtime. So
I think we should unionize.
Well, we're unionizing, all right. He loves hearing those words.
Right.
So
we're going to be fired. We're out.
Yeah.
You can't believe he left us alone like this. Unhinged.
Well, the good news, you're going on vacation. I'll just say I'm going on vacation too then.
I guess we're both out.
Yeah, see ya. So we'll be back here tomorrow, though, for the final, well, actually, it's almost a whole matchup. We only got into, the first few seconds of that game last night?
Just the beginning. 2-1 was the score when we stopped.
And so we'll be back to complete that one tomorrow. It'll start at 6 o'clock. I haven't heard who I'm working with. Last time I heard there's nobody except me, so.
Have fun. Again, you can just, pre-record some of this. And
I know. We already have. You didn't know that.
There's so many cliches.
Oh,
you can just fill me up with lots of cliches.
And you did a great job tonight helping us. So that went to this file, that went to this file.
Perfect.
And now we know about the top chata.
Top chata.
Chata. All right, there you go. Evansville Central able to get the goal right there. That'll be Avery Kelly.
Successful timeout there for their coach, Jeff Hart. Drawing it up, making sure that they had a great use of the timeout that they used. Close it out. Don't let Park Tudor stall it all. And really take advantage of the time that you still have left on the clock. Plenty of time to inch back into this game.
Yeah, back down to 3. I always love when I see teams that just don't give up. I mean, you come too far here to say, let's just pack it in, and you just keep coming back.
Right. I mean, the first game that we had today, the St. Joe's team, they were the same way. They fought hard. It was a very exciting game to watch, and makes the difference in sports.
Yeah.
It's why you play the game. I mean, if we knew the predetermined outcome, why would we play?
Yeah, why would we show up? Here's the other thing about it, too, is that you cannot now say, well, we thought about St. Joseph. They lost big early in the season. You can't think that you're just going to come back and not give a great effort. And they did, and they just show that first meeting sometimes really doesn't matter that much.
It doesn't. It really depends on how you come back, what you learn from it, right?
Yeah.
Like in sports, you either win or you learn. That's it. Those are the two options. And if you don't do either of those, that's when you lose.
Yeah.
And truly, they came back and they proved it that first matchup did not matter. And they came back way stronger, and they certainly learned.
Chloe Anderson with a free position opportunity here for Park Tudor. This would be big either way, because you're coming down now under, you're stuck at now the 6-minute mark. And if you're Park Tudor, if you get one here, all of a sudden you find yourself up by 4, and you can use a lot of clock in every possession you have the rest of the way. Could be a big factor. Good jump by Anderson, and the stick check, but she still managed to score.
Yeah, they still got a piece of her stick here. A really great closeout. You'll notice that the Central Evansville team, they did a little push there, which was great. So they have a teammate pushing on one side, really propelling that player forward faster, but still Chloe able to get that goal through the stick contact.
Boy, you don't see that very often. You have that kind of strength and the follow through to get a goal like that, and you had those two defenders there.
Yeah, that's good skill.
So that's big right there. Now you have a 4-goal cushion. You're playing without Lauren Richer, who again is out for the rest of this one, but you've had other players step up, whether it be Murphy, whether it be Hunter, and then you just saw that goal right there by Anderson. So the other players have said, you know what, okay, yeah, Richer's not with us, but we're going to take care of the rest of the game.
But we can do it too. And that's the difference between great players and great teams. Great players can help bring great teams up.
Yeah.
And clearly that's what's happening here with this Park Tudor team.
So now time could be a big factor here for the Bears the rest of the way. Still no one taking possession after the draw there, but it'll be Avery Kelly. And the Bears have to work quickly now.
Park Tudor put a face guard on here. They're face guarding Brianna Dockery.
Well, I'm not sure if that was really even a shot attempt there, but it went wide as Brooklyn Quick was the one I thought was attempting the shot, but it may just come out of her stick right there.
Yeah. Park Tudor making a really big defensive change here. They decided to face guard Brianna Dockery so that she cannot get the ball easily. They just can't spread out and easily pass it to her. They're going to have somebody full-time on her all the time. I think it's a really great choice considering how impactful she has been to this offense. And now a lot of this responsibility is on Lindsay Lane, who has the ball and has had the ball for a while and is clearly getting forced out. Can't set up much.
Yeah, she was drawing all kinds of contact that time.
Park Tudor's defensive switch has really thrown the Bears off.
Yeah, and they're going to have to make this adjustment on the fly now, aren't they?
Right, with only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. This was a great time to add that face guard in and really throw off their game plan.
Yeah, Bears seem a little bit confused right here.
Yeah, they can't run. They're having a hard time running their offense without her.
That'll go against Park Tudor's Brooklyn Quick.
And yet again, you can't swing. Just play with your feet. I know that's what Coach Sherman will be preaching to them. They win this game and they move on to Saturday. I know she will be saying that.
High pass, gets away, eventually picked up, and the shot on the way, and good.
The diving shot on the way. Avery Kelly again. We've seen her speed and we've seen her shoot today.
Wow, that's number 4 now by Kelly.
She is so fast, and to be able on the fly, getting the contact there, taking it, and continuing her shooting motion through, she didn't care about keeping her feet under her. She wanted the goal.
I saw the men's game the other day when Notre Dame was playing and a player came behind the cage and was going down. And somehow, I'm not sure how he did it, but was still able to shoot it. And that kind of reminded me of that shot right there, and scored.
Yes.
You know.
It's an amazing feat of athleticism. Today, Avery Kelly just showcasing how athletic she is.
Well, and of course, the scouting report on her is not only good defense, but how quick she is, and we saw it right there.
I think they need to add on to that, her shooting as well.
Yes. So back to 3 now with 3:58 remaining. Again, the winner goes on to the state championship game on Saturday. Of course, you'll be able to see that game here on IndianaSRN. I know that somebody will be laying on the beach down in Florida who said she would watch.
I'll be right alongside the viewers,
yeah,
laughing at you talking about snacks.
I would, and I know you love lacrosse. You're the head coach at Marian University, but if I were on the beach, I wouldn't be anywhere near a screen. There's another one.
Another goal. That was Lindsay Lane.
Yes. Number 6 now for Lane.
Lindsay Lane, a senior for this team, really leading this team now. She is not giving up her last time wearing a jersey there for Central Evansville.
We've got a timeout, 3:42 to go. It's a 2-goal lead now for Park Tudor.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Well, a late night here on a semifinal Wednesday, and right now nothing decided. We're down to 2, and if I'm Park Tudor with 3:42, I know I'd be a little bit nervous, kind of figuring out how we're going to stop this flow here.
Well, we've seen a close game multiple times today, but we haven't seen them within 2 since the first quarter. So really, to be able to see the Evansville Central team continue to fight and claw their way back into this game, even after a little bit of a confusing offensive possession, truly their speed. We talked about that at the very beginning of this broadcast, that this was going to be a game of athleticism matchup. And right now, this fourth quarter, Evansville Central's athleticism is outrunning the Panthers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. By the way, I saw a text, I missed it earlier, from Keith Myers, who wanted to let you know that he had a Big Mac and fries tonight.
Oh, Keith, you got me a Big Mac and fries? How nice. How do you know I love that?
Yes,
not
nice
for
guy.
me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was going to be about unionizing.
Well, yeah, we'll hear about that later. If he did get a Big Mac and fries for you, I guarantee it would have been long gone by the time it was supposed to be. You get the packaging, and that'd be it.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
all right.
Big Mac and fries might be what I get on the way home.
Yeah. 3:42 remaining. Good comeback.
Crucial draw control here for either team. Park Tudor coming away successful with it with Ellie Hunter, no doubt.
Well, you can tell a sense of urgency a little bit here for the Bears, knowing that Park Tudor's probably going to run a little clock possession right here and just try to waste as much time as they can.
Yeah, you see how far out the Park Tudor offenders are spread. They are just going to continue to spread out really, really far, move the ball. Right now, really relying on the athleticism here. I know multiple times you're like, Izzy Wallace, she hasn't scored, but to be the player right now with the ball on her stick and to outrun a team for 3 minutes, that's a trusting spot to be in.
You see where Coach Sherman is?
Oh, probably on the field.
She's way down. She is nowhere close to the bench, and she is shouting instructions to her team. And again, the whistle, you can hear the Bear fans not happy.
Both teams, a lot of pushing, a lot of checking. The officials have done a great job, and they have had to work a lot today.
By the way, the Bears have a player had to tie her shoes, so Lydia McCullough there for the Bears, and so now we're back into action, and another whistle, but we continue play. This is like the four corners in basketball, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. And you've got Izzy Wallace and Hadley Murphy, two of the best stick handlers in the game. They have the ball, and they are trying to stall and waste as much time on the clock as humanly possible.
Well, you really saw an extension there by McCullough with her arms, but they didn't call that one. Well, this is frustrating if you're a Bears fan because you're trying to get that ball back, and Park Tudor is doing everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen, and we're down to minute 54.
As a player, there's nothing worse than a stall on both ends of the ball.
Yeah.
If you're the team stalling, the pressure to maintain possession is very, very high. And if you're the team that needs the ball back, it's even worse.
By the way, if I'm not mistaken, if that cheer was perhaps for, I didn't see if it, I was just making sure Richard didn't come back in because the way they were cheering, you would have thought maybe Richard gotten back out on the field, but that's going to be a yellow against a Bear player, and heading to the sidelines will be Avery Kelly, who's really been hot lately, has 4 goals here tonight.
And it's less than 2 minutes in the game, so Evansville Central will be man down for the rest of this contest.
And that's going to be really tough now. 151. I didn't want to get anybody's hopes up thinking that Richard was back in the lineup. I don't see her on the sidelines now, so I thought, well, where is she? And maybe she was out, but I don't think she's in the lineup.
I believe she's standing directly behind probably the longest tenured coach at Park Tudor, Kim.
Yep, I see her now. Yep, they were hiding her.
Shout out to Kim.
Yes. There's some contact, and that's going to send another yellow, and heading to the sidelines. See if that's got a number 4 on there. I don't think that was Peyton Henderson, or it was Juan Seidler. One of the two. We'll check it here. Again, a little bit dark here tonight to see some of the numbers, especially on the dark jerseys, and it looked like it was number 14.
Now the stall gets a lot easier. You're 2 men up.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, the clock continues. It's only a minute 30 left.
Yeah, not only tough, you're down 2. Not only that, you've got to get possession and then make that transition very quickly, score, get it back again, and just the odds are not good right now.
Right, and score 2 men down as well.
Yes, that's another thing. Ball is loose, picked up there by Murphy.
It is interesting in this stall. Park Tudor continues to keep the ball behind the goal. When typically, in a stall situation, you want to give yourself a little bit more space and keep it up a little bit higher on the field, exactly like where Ellie Hunter is right now. But they really prefer down low. They like the tight end line. They really, yeah.
Play where you're comfortable, right?
Also, at this point in the game as well, as a goalie, if I'm Daisy Titzer, I'm not standing in the goal. I'm going to defend a player at this point. I'm going to chase the ball down too.
Yeah, you're going to have to. Park Tudor fans are on their feet. They are now smelling a return trip to a state championship game, and they would be 1 win away from back-to-back state titles.
The Bears do eventually get the turnover, but just too little too late.
Yep. Won't matter at this stage. But Evansville Central, quite a performance here tonight. Just kept fighting and fighting as you would expect a team to do. And after the turnover, Park Tudor. And no time is on the clock, and it is officially over. The Panthers have advanced with a win tonight. 18-16 is your final. Lauren Richer again, really the star of the game before she got injured. 10 goals leading the way. So now, Coach, the championship is set and ready to go. I won't ask you for a prediction, but it should be a great matchup Saturday.
It should be. We got a rematch, same as last year. It's going to be Park Tudor versus Center Grove again. The battle of the red and black.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So it is set and ready to go. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks to our crew as well. Coach, enjoy vacation.
Thank you so much. I apologize to those out there that I won't be here, but I'm eager for Indiana lacrosse.
Yeah, and you're all. Yeah, I was going to say, and you're eager for that beach on Saturday when you're going to be down there in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
We will think about you. Final score once again, Park Tudor beating Evansville Central, that final 18-16. Thanks for being with us here on Indiana SRN.